Alright, any other ideas for the Song of Content Creation deck? This Unholy Heat is from Duskmourn Secret Guest, so almost no one has it. Just play 4 needles like Cloud Pulse, that's a way, yeah. Vexing Bauble, but I meant serious ideas. Kinda short on turn 1 blue. I guess I can't afford to play Boss Edge, it has to be Otawara. Because now we have Breeding Pool, Steam Vents, Island, and 8 fetches, so that's 12. Is Wish an option? No, not really. Alright, any sideboard cards that are funny. No ideas? Alright, in that case I will upload the list and we're gonna play again. Oh, wrong Narset. Alright. Which one was it? I guess this is the old one. This is this one, right? This is the one from TDM. 3 mana, 3/4. End step, you may discard your hand. If you do, draw cards equal to the number of spells you've cast this turn. Cool. Put Mulgas to 5 and leads on a marsh flats. Will you kill my Tamiyo then? No. Marshlands into Mire into mill over a profane tutor, so opponent is, as they say, cooking. Blood Chief Stairs. Is that the Umori guy? I just didn't notice the Umori. This is the Umori guy. I just didn't look. Didn't realize that my opponent is Umoroing. Umori sorceries. Let's go. The only artifact I milled is another Mox Opal, which is sad. Umori sorcery. What a deck. I think that's the first time I play against this individual, but I've seen their deck lists posted. Sylvan's Crying for Urborg, impressive. I'm not gonna look at the list now, I want to be surprised. Let's go Toxic Deluge. What was that? Oh, they grabbed Umori. There. Mild Song. So we should emerge victorious. Any Preordains? You should cast a Preordain in this spot to make sure that you are not gonna kill yourself by Endurance being in the bottom 2 cards. So you have to cast a Preordain and scry 2 to the bottom to avoid that. DB canister wins. Umori sorcery. Seems like 6 is gonna be alright, and Swan Song counter sorcery, so it seems pretty well suited for handling my opponent's cards as well. We can remove 2 weakest artifacts from the deck and go again. Probably could use a Veil of Summer against this individual. Unfortunately, I cut all of them for other cards. Ashiok seems okay. They have 4 Dunk Petition plus Profane Tutor. I'm hoping it's not gonna come down to that, but if you say so, we can play Ashiok. Two Mox Amber. This is a keep. I think I'll just put back a Swan Song, because I want to keep enough resources to actually combo off with Song once I get there. Could also just get hit by a discard spell, but it is an Inquisition, so they can't take Song. Remember when IOK was a modern staple? It truly was, yeah. I remember buying them for 20 złoty each for my first Magic the Gathering deck, and it was a huge purchase. Repeal bug? Oh, it's too late for my Emry. 20 euros at some point? That's crazy. Pillage the bog. So they cast it now instead of plotting. That means they want to find a discard spell to cast. Dreams of Steel and Oil. Sure. This doesn't hit the song either. Do I find Tamiyo? I want to play Tamiyo. I want to do it like this. I could just grab 6. Tamiyo makes my Mox Amber make mana, actually. I think that's the best card to take. Next time I go Song and I can repeal my Amber for 0 mana, so then I can not fizzle. Realistically. Bro. How many more discard spells that can take my 1 relevant card will you cast? Alright, not too many. Go blank. That's fair. But drawing 6 is probably the best possible. So I can't complain. Oh no, they're pillaging the bog. Cabal coffers. So they have 5 mana. Profane Tutor getting suspended. And Grabumori. Second Sex is not the best card I could have drawn. Milled Song, but no land in hand. Classic Song of Creation gaming where it's actually a struggle to get there sometimes, and it's a struggle to actually hit a land of sex. Which like makes sense if I play 18, I guess I will miss on a land in top 3 cards somewhat often. Mind Sludge. Alright, I don't know what it does, but I'll discard both of my cards, that's fine. Discard a card for each swamp you control. Let's hit a land now. Be quite nice. Thank you. So we can retrace Song. Play Bauble. And if I draw zeros or lands, no nie. That's the one card I couldn't afford to draw. Ashiok, thank you for your advice, Jean Julio. Making me sideboard into 62 cards with Ashioks. Clearly works out great. Good job. And good job me for listening to that. Now my opponent gets to resolve their profane tutor, which might be an issue. Maybe they'll find a Torment of Hellfire and I'll struggle. We win only by Grapeshotting right now, which is still in my deck. I can also loop Ashioks, I guess. Alright, I'm scared. Gaze of Granite. It's a problem. Torment of Hellfire on top, no. Granite has been gazed. Alright, we can counter the Torment. Streamer, good morning. Today I will become a man. Today I will buy Amulet Titan and start to learn it. Well, good for you. Opponents playing the Modern Welcome Pack to MTGO. I think they just play Cabal Coffers, Umori Sorceries because that's what they like. But they actually put a lot of thought into constructing their powerful deck. So maybe we have to keep Ashioks on top of Grapeshot. Maybe Ashiok should be in my main deck as a wincon card, by the way. Maybe it's better than Grapeshot. But I guess looping Ashiok is a little bit hard. You have to loop it so many times, so actually accelerate opponent's deck might be impossible. Because you don't have an infinite ability to replay Ashiok. Just a little bit. Alright, let's cut Swan Song and Offer against so many discard spells. I don't care. I don't want to have those in my hand. What's better, turn 1 Emry or Tamiyo? I think it's Emry because my opponent played Blood Chiefs first. Milled over a song, but we have the Mishra's Bauble. So it's alright. Everyone, Emry seems OP against their deck. And it's good I have her because... Alright, let's try Shifting Woodland. Seems really good in the matchup. Dreams of Steel and Oil. My Mox. No, my Bauble. Punished for using it instantly. I wanted to look and then be able to draw the card and then still surveil OT. So there was some tiny value in that, but probably I shouldn't. Where's my district? It's gone. My Hedge Maze is gone too. Holy shit, I milled my surveillance. Both of them. If I get go blanked, do I pitch to lands? Probably not. Or my song gets exiled. No. I go blank. Endurance. Guess we will attack. I need a rumble. Okay, I need a song now. Song of the top would be alright. Of course, my opponent is going to cast a big Umori Sorcery and get me. But getting my Mishra's Bauble exiled really ruined me. I think if I kept it, my opponent would stand no chance. But better lucky than good. Drew song anyways. Will I fizzle or not, chat? Place your bets. Place your bets. Alright. Nice Ashiok, thank you. Ashiok MVP. I think we will not fizzle. In fact, I have a Grapeshot in my hand and my opponent is at 11, so I can just kill them right now. Repeal is good against Steel Cutter, is it? I guess it's alright. Doesn't sound too great though. GG, says my opponent. Well, GG, Mr. Umori Sorcery. What if Grapeshot wouldn't exist? Or Storm in general, as a mechanic? Ah, well, let's keep. Planes into Guide of Souls, the most broken card of Modern Horizons, according to some. Breeding Pool and Tamiyo, maybe? Maybe it's worse than preordaining though. For land number 2. That was the idea, Hendrik, yeah. Leaving myself out to get lucky. I should have cast Repeal at Sorcerer Speed if I draw Mishra's Bauble. Not targeting the cat. Makes sense. Will my opponent deal 9 damage next turn? Well, assuredly. I probably need to take more damage from my Shocklands as well. Uh-huh. Alright. Did not even sacrifice in response, so they have an actual lethal lethal. It is crazy how powerful Guide of Souls combined with Ocelot Pride are. What happens when you combine those two? Just I'll switch Tormod Crypt for a Pyroclasm, but I will play no removal on the play. Mulligan. Well, yeah. Opponent pondered a bit and kept 7. Oi, oi, oi. 4 cards. I mean, that's all I need. Just lands and Song of Creation, right? Ragavan. Leave the Hedge Maze so they exile it. And they don't get a Mox from my deck or anything like that. Imagine energy if Thoughtseize was red or Counterspell was white. This deck would be unstoppable. Alright, Pyroclasm. Unfortunately, Villain did not play the Ragavan. Again. Well, this one I'll graveyard because there is no guarantee that Villain will dash Ragavan if I keep on top. Also good for Delirium, I guess. New to MTGO, guys. What do I do with the 50 qualifier points I have? You can check out this website, mtgoupdate.com, and it's going to have the dates of super qualifiers, qualifiers, and Mox. License hairs, what the heck? Alright, will they have a word there? An orange chant? Or both? Let's see. Unfortunately, they will just hold up the stupid unlicensed hairs, which doesn't do anything, and lock the game. Eh, Yes, I have 2 endurance now. Okay, I will turn on my Mox Opal now. And then that will subsequently let me... Whoops, misstacked. Well, maybe not, misstacked. That's fine. So now we're gonna produce mana and I can cast... Rumble? If I mill over a Grapeshot, I guess I'm dead. So hopefully I will not. We found Amber. Just need another Mox Opal then. Fail. And Fizzle. Pretty brutal. I guess goodbye hand. With no endurance now, I have to build enough storm to actually kill them. Next turn, which is gonna be challenging. They could also hit my song with a removal. Alright, +2 energy. Malevolent Rumble. They cast a Rumble. They hit a Ghost Vacuum. My opponent really is not gonna get shit from my graveyard, if that's a proper terminology. If you suck it in response, they don't get no energy, I know. Which is why I said +2 energy when my opponent did that, because I was just yielding till the end step to crack my baubles. O ty skurwysynie. Did they mess up? Cool. Well, that's a good draw. For once, I'm getting lucky. Will it be enough though? Given that the Moxen, I just have to throw them away. Okay. Not thrown away. I play 6. What now, opponent? I replay Mox Opal. Streamer, is it okay to play one Dread and one Valakut to start in Titan, or are they worthless? Definitely not worthless. Perfectly fine to play, just a bit weak for my tastes, but to start, I probably actually would recommend to play with those cards because you might find it challenging not to time out otherwise. Damn, my Moxen. Well, it's easy. Well, it's easier online, and it's easier in paper. Excuse me. Because the reason to play Dryad online would be that you would time out stacking all the triggers if you need to perform more steps of the loop. But I really just say, I win, and your opponent has to accept that. Otawaring our song. Otawara is in the graveyard, but I will be repealing it. Yes, I barely am able to deal enough damage. My Grapeshot. I guess we fizzled with like 10 cards in hand this game, and then we got hit on my endurance with the unlicensed hairs, but still won, so that's pretty nice. The version of Dread and Valakut is easier to learn. You have way more opportunities to win with them than without. And don't need perfect plays all the time. Well, so you could argue that it's better to like that the optimal version is better to learn, because when do you learn, right? When you put yourself under some strain, or when you just make everything comfortable and easy? What's the better learning teaching environment, right? So I would just play the regular deck with no Dryad, no Valakut in paper. I would recommend that, but if you want some training wheels, then having the Dryad and Valakut will help. So opponent is graveyard hating. Which is not really an issue, but I guess if I had a Jace, I would board in a Jace. But I don't, so I have to just resubmit. And if I mill over a Grapeshot and they goes vacuum my Grapeshot, I will just cry and die. Kani, I have a banger tweet from deep in the pauper trenches. Alright, I'm waiting. Also, chat, we just won on a Moor to 4, by the way. So, I think that's pretty impressive. Their graveyard hate package is tailored to not beat your combo. Well, it makes sense given that my combo is not a graveyard combo. Static prison. Statistic prison even. We're all but a statistic for the prison. The pauper leagues are no joke. At the end of my lethal combo turn with 3 minutes on the clock, my opponent starts activating Crypt rats, so I time out. Each batch of 50 rats activations eats 30 seconds of my clock to resolve. Opinions on this winning strategy? Why did you blank your opponent's name? Is it X0? Storm count 51, so you can just activate the rat over and over. I mean, I think Pauper players are the most ruthless. Because Pauper players include players who play Pauper because that's all they have money for. And they're gonna be absolutely ruthless when it comes to winning tickets in leagues. Oh wow. So you have Plage. You ended up winning. Why did your opponent stop activating the rats? Let's make Tamiyo dead, and my opponent attacks, puts counters on the Guide of Souls, and then I bounce it. I play 6 now. And next turn we can song with Sex, should be good. One turn, tap out Opal. Please, please tap out, villain. Play Guide of Souls and 5 Ocelot price. Just have no more mana, please. Oh no, red mana up? Well, I mean, red is fine. We even hit a land, that's so lucky. We hit the Mishra's Bauble, which is almost lethal. No lands? Well, besides Otawara, I see Otawara, but I don't want to spend it. It's too valuable. I choose same targets. DB canister wins the match. Easy, easy. Energy, no problem. We actually won post board after mulgaring to 4 and then just winning turn 3. Just took my opponent having a pretty bad hand in game 3 and throwing 5 useless sideboard cards in game 2, so I guess I'll keep. I'll get a breeding pool. I don't need red until I play Song. Grapeshot, bottom. Tamiyo. Probably bottom too. I don't think it's all that great. I would much prefer drawing a Rumble or something. Maybe we should cycle the Bauble to hit Rumble more often. Probably should, yeah. Rumble is the best card in the deck. Then it's not a very good deck. Milled no Song. But yeah, it is good that you play it on turn 2, you find Song and you ramp to it. That is a nice combination. Oh, Rens Resolve at Storm. Well, I have Tormod Crypt in play, so that much is quite helpful. Strike it rich. Strike it rich. Bitch. Ral on top. I think it made sense to take Song. Maybe I was supposed to turn Song into... turn Woodland into Song, I don't know. Alright, will we combo off? Well, I guess we will. Probably should draw the land. Should play the land instantly in case of... an offer you can refuse. Alright, I guess Repeal made us unfizzle. Am I a believer now? A believer in what? In Song being the most OP deck that has ever existed? Yeah. Well, it's way better than it used to be whenever I tried to play it in the past. That much is clear. It has enough modern playable cards so that the deck makes sense actually. Any 0 drops? No? Nothing? Damn. Yeah, after the twist, I was just done. Insta death. Anyways, thanks for the sub though. Very kind of you. Very kind of you to support my channel. I saw you fell below 1900. I did, but let me check that once again quickly. Hi, so I'm 1897 and I dropped 27 points round 8 of the RC. But because I got paired against a 1400 elo person, but I actually dropped. I did not play the last round, I dropped before it started, so It's an error. It's a mistake. So I actually should be 27 elo points higher. Or I guess a bit different because I played more rounds afterwards, so that would influence those rounds, but just a fatal mistake. Who's the Storm deck now? Well, the answer is we both are, I guess. Random interaction, let's go. Got engineered explosives. 2 Tamiyos. Maybe 4 Tamiyos, it's kind of bad. It's my Mox enabler, so. 1 Emry. Needle for Ral. Sounds really bad. Alright, submit. What's the nearest event you will play that will be on MTGO project? Probably the PT, I think. Well, I am glad I drew an Emry in my opening hand. Even though I boarded plenty of my monsters. But it's good I will not draw more of them. When did I qualify for the PT? At the Mox. What's on the Modern Brute Scale list? I don't have much respect for them. Drew a land, lucky. Didn't suck. Oh, has the prep with Team Handshake started already? Light prep, yeah. Pre-prep. Real prep will start when they will start showing cards, right? From the new set. Jest he checking? Ja kurwa kserkuwa nie wiem, co ty czasami masz na myśli, jak tak piszesz, więc możesz po polsku, będzie prościej. He, Team Handshake, jest he w tym tutaj pytaniu? Czy któryś konkretny z nich? I think I don't want Rumble. Oh no, Tamiyo flippage. Replay Opal. So I guess we're gonna be free. Oh, that's crazy. This new build of Song of Creation, actually insane. Actually, just properly incredible. Song main now, yeah. I'm going to Wrocław to play an RCQ. Oh shit, I spilled the beans. I might, well, yeah, okay. Well, it's too late. So I am going to Wrocław on Sunday to play an RCQ, and I need to check my cards if I have all of the required pieces of the deck, but I should be good. Actually, no, I miss Tamiyos, which is probably $10,000 to buy those, so I guess. $44 cards beginning with Tamiyo. Come to Norway and play an RCQ sounds like a terrible idea. Like one of the worst ideas you could have. To travel to another country to play RCQs. Besides that, it's all great matchups for the deck, so it's just kind of unfair to play Amulet because you have a 70% win rate expected against a random challenge meta. A gówno, kurna. Commercial District. O Jezu, to jest ta sama ręka, ale jeszcze chujowsza, no. It's not too bad. Well, it is bad, but it's not too bad. Hello, user Olzen131. Seems like Gerardo94 is playing Eldrazi's. Eldrazi Tempura. Alright, let's fetch Breeding Pool, I guess. Whoa. 8D audio. Awesome experience, and I have it on my speakers right now. Probably crack the Bauble, so I will be replaying it anyways. What's my point? F6? Well, you know, you have to take the opportunities that are presented to you. Real Sigmas don't abuse. Well, Alt does fake Sigma. Or not Sigma at all. What would be the ethical way to play this turn then? Say in the chat, hello Gerardo94. I'm about to cast a Repeal, targeting your Eldrazi spawn. You might want to un-F6, just in case that you would like to sacrifice it in response to my effect. Maybe that was the play. Which Gerardo would say, sure, buddy, thank you for the heads up, Kaneki. I appreciate your wholesomeness and fast forwardness. Repeal bug. What am I looking for? I actually don't know. Probably not this. No. What am I doing? Bouncing my Mox and then what? I need 4 mana next turn, which I don't have because they will World Breaker my land. So I actually need to draw Amber, right, to get to Metalcraft. Devourer, okay, that's good. Devourer, but I barely knew her. Awesome draws, by the way. Yeah. I'm good. It didn't autoplay my second 6, that would be horrible. Yeah. Vajbańce jeden z wąsem. So against Eldrazi's, I will be utilizing Consign to Memory instead of Tormod script, and perhaps Nature's Claim because they tend to bring some stuff that makes it hard to combo off. I think Tamiyo is kinda bad against Eldrazi's. I will not benefit much from her clues, and you can trim 2 repeals. Although repeal, well, you can bounce a Utopia Sprawl. That's pretty bad. You got EE as well. Opponents try to beat a 4 mana S-Hammond challenge, impossible. Seems like it so far. Would I recommend this deck to also try, or a lot of money for nothing special? Well, I would not buy Song of Creation expecting it to be incredibly powerful and really strong. I think Titan is gonna be better in that regard for you. Alright, we have Rumble into Song. I guess that's a fine keep. Stop doubting. Well, it's quite fun. Met but not talked. Holy shit. Professional stalking. You hope that the efforts for Titan will be rewarded. You play Modern from 2012 and you want to challenge myself. Yeah. What did you play in the past? Some shit decks or crap decks? Probably something like that. Trini Sphere. So I have Nature's Claim in my deck. I will fetch, and perform 2 Surveil once in a row. Well, I'll keep Otawara. It's a Trinisphere solution. Kozilek's Commando. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. Whoops, milled over a Grapeshot. No! Alright, we need a second sideboard win con. Maybe it's just a second Grapeshot, honestly. To avoid those spots, because I just can't win anymore. So we could use a Jace for that roll. Feels like Breach did. Or the Oracle. That did happen, Avinki. Which is why it's important to introduce yourself to people you haven't seen before. Although I think in that spot I actually seen Da Vinci before, but I just didn't remember. Let's not show them my deck, because they will know more stuff. Do you run a Boseiju? If so, you could win, but it would take forever. I don't have a Boseiju, but you can't really Boseiju loop with Song Endurance. You have a limited amount of green cards in the deck, so you will not really Boseiju everything. Well, I think we can do better than this. Oh, maybe it's fine. I just cast a Preordain. Yeah, it's fine. Is siding in bolts to loop them a crazy idea for an alt win con? No, not really. It's fine. And it should work, because bolt you need to cast 6 times, really. So if you have 2 bolts in your deck, you can definitely do that. Even if you have 1 bolt in your deck, you might be able to do that. Also, bolt not the craziest card to just play in a deck like this. Let's go Breeding Pool. It's fine to just have some removal. I can insta flip Tamiyo, is that good? Let's see. I'll draw with Mishra's Bauble. Draw step and then repeal the Amber. Flip Tamiyo. That makes me reminisce about Faithless Looting and how horrible that card is, and how no deck in Modern plays it currently. There was a bunch of talk about Tamiyo plus looting, where you would just cast looting and flip Tamiyo, and how good that is. That's why you always wear a shirt with your name on the back. Everybody gets to know who you are, even if you don't want to. Makes sense. Maybe we should all wear shirts like this. Opponent exiles. Those three. Oh, let's take a look at what they kept. Chalice, bro, fuck off. No. On one. I can't repeal it. Get Delirium. Chalice on one is pretty Really annoying, but I guess I can just win. Hopefully villain plays a talisman, not a Trini Sphere. Rumble. Chooses Eldrazi Temple. It's just so unfair that I can't overcast Repeal. Overpay for Repeal. Co, Milonda zabijesz, cwaniaku? No, 6 many, wykurwiasz Milonda i sobie ojczyma jeszcze przyzywasz. Fajnie, fajnie. Dobra, wygrałeś. Kurwa, cwaniaku. Kahira. Ale spadkci. Jeskai Control. Or Jeskai Elementals, even. Not really interested in Misty. Oh! Come on! Seems tough to beat that without involving Cory Steelcutter, which I got. The decision to tap our blue source was definitely interesting. I agree. But I did that so that I can grab commercial district and play it tapped. That's the entire reason. Oj, cast, Days Undoing. No zajebiście, zajebiście. Dobra, wygrałeś. Do I want Bolt as well? Probably not. Narset, no ja nie mogę, nie? I just can't. Why would a person just log onto MTG online and play Narset? Yeah, just to hate on Song of Creation. Bro, Apache, they banned the One Ring ages ago. You didn't know? What's the earliest you can win with Song? Turn 2, probably? I mean, maybe you can have like Amber, Land Amber Opal. That's 3 cards. Legendary. And then you cast 2 more Opals. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, you can turn 1. You're a card short on the draw. Maybe casting Preordain, shuffling and casting Preordain is better in this spot, but I actually never know, so I just did this. Because it gives me guaranteed powerful surveil. Opal. Don't care. Well, Don't care, yet you still get Opal. Alright, fine. Okay. I don't think I want to just play it, would rather play Tamiyo. Deck needs Mistrai's Village. We have Shifting Woodland. That's probably a better way to tackle that issue. Of course, next turn now I will play a Song of Creation and my opponent will simply cast a Force of Negotiation, countering it into my exile zone. And I'll say, sure. I miss Saga in these games. I definitely would be nice to have a Saga in this matchup. Probably still not the full 4, but a pair. To bully my opponent a little bit. Pass the turn, make a construct. Will be very good. What the? No pay. Do I think this is a good moment to start learning Amulet for the competitive future? I think it's good. Yeah. I think it's alright. It's a giga strong deck, so just do it now or you will regret it tomorrow. Thoughts on summoning Emry? I don't think so. Excellent point, Real Command. That is exactly what I was getting at. There's never gonna be a better time to learn Amulet than now. Because every single time you will think that you could learn Amulet in the future, you'll also think, I wish I began earlier. Schnarset. No dobra. I guess I could have played around Force of Negotiation by holding up a red mana, but I didn't. Tune the narrative. I woodland my song. -1 hand. Bro's Orim's Chant is unfair. Hero of Dominaria. Well, I guess I regret not having deployed my Emry the turn before. That would have put me in a better spot. No dupa, kurwa. Time Raveler. Tak już. Sytuacji, w których serce klęka. Well, that's a draw. Not a great one, but... What if Spike's hate campaign finally bears fruit and Amulet gets banned for ELCs? No way. It just wouldn't be logical for it to happen. Tak już. Sytuacji. Holy shit. If I play the land first. Well, I don't have extra mana though, so. That is a way to remove Song of Creation from the stack. From the graveyard rather. No super, super, fajny jesteś kurwa gracz. Zajebisty patrzy. Wykurwiście gracz Medjola. Tyle muszę ci powiedzieć, przyznać. Narseta. O kurda, Hall of Storm Giants. Getting in. Makes sense, honestly. Mhm. Rip. Is this content AI generated? It is not, no. Is 3 mana Teferi or 5 mana Teferi older in the lore? Well, they printed the 5 mana Teferi first and then the 3 mana Teferi, so.